Welcome to Nobody Knows with Joe Coffee, powered in part by Classic of Denton.
What's up, Denton Radio? This is Richie. I'm here with
Chris G, man.
Chris G. Are you a fan of Denton Radio?
Oh, yeah, of course.
What about, are you a Joe Coffee fan, the comedian?
Yeah, I like Joe Coffee.
What about Wild Bill? He's our guest today.
Wild Bill, I don't really like him too much, man.
Yeah. What comedians do you like out here?
About Wild Bill.
No, you're good. I'm gonna.
I like Joe. Joe funny. He got a weird sense of humor.
Yeah. What are you doing out here today?
Oh, man, I'm just walking, chilling. I ain't been around Denton in a while. My hometown, you know.
That's what's up, man. Well, good to meet you, dude.
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, be cool, man.
All right.
Hi, I'm Richie. I'm here with
Natalie.
So are you a fan of Joe Coffee?
No, I don't really know Joe Coffee.
No? Do you like comedians?
Yeah, I like comedians.
Who's your favorite Denton comedian? A lot of people compare Joe Coffee to he's like a Jeff Dunham of Denton because he does like a lot of puppets and stuff. What do you think about puppets in comedy?
I mean, if it's funny, it's funny. I mean, yeah, I like it.
What about our guest today is Wild Bill? Are you a fan?
No, I don't know who Wild Bill is. I'm not from Denton.
What do you think Wild Bill would do?
I mean, I don't know. What is his...
He's like a circus performer.
Oh, okay.
You like circus stuff?
No, not really.
Not really.
No.
Wild Bill, he's like a ringmaster kind of.
Oh, okay. No, I'm not really into the circus stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry, I don't have any cash.
Hey, what's up? I'm Richie. I'm here with
Lawrence
and
Elena.
Are y'all Joe Coffee fans by chance?
Joe, who works at 7 Mile Joe, plays acoustic guitar.
No.
Well,
I think it's Joey Stacks.
Oh, no, sorry. Oh, you're talking about the comedy show?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, no, I don't know any of the comedians here, I'm sorry.
No?
Just Taylor Higginbottom, if he still does stuff.
What's his name?
Taylor Higginbottom.
What about you?
I don't know any of this.
No. Do you listen? Who's your favorite comedian in Denton?
I don't know any, honestly.
I don't have one. I haven't been exposed to that, but I think if I go to the show tonight, maybe I will discover some.
Cool. What about today the guest is Wild Bill.
Wild Bill.
Are you into circus performing at all?
No.
Who's your favorite circus performer?
I've never been to the circus.
I don't know any of it. Sounds cool.
Are you pro circus or anti circus?
Pro circus.
Is that still a thing?
It's cool as hell.
So what do you think about Denton Radio giving a comedian a show?
That's cool. It's supporting local art, right? Comedy's art.
Why not?
It's
Why not, really?
Do y'all make art?
No, I don't.
I do.
What? Do you like art?
Yeah.
Who doesn't like art?
Have you ever been to Disneyland?
I went there and my girlfriend broke up with me. It was a traumatic experience, but the rides were still fun.
Yeah. Cool. All right, well, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you like art?
Yeah.
Do you want to come help me save a bird?
Sure.
I don't know.
I actually did not know that.
Nobody knows Joe Coffee.
Perfect.
Oh, I did not know. I did not know that.
Nobody knows Joe Coffee.
Nobody knows Joe Coffee.
Hey! Now just go wop, 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 wop.
Wop, 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 wop.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
1, 2, a 1, 2. How do you do? I don't know how to count.
Well, let me see. So what's after 3?
It's a 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows.
Nobody knows Joe Coffee.
Nobody knows Joe Coffee.
And nobody ever will. Thank y'all.
Nobody knows Joe Coffee.
Nobody knows Joe Coffee.
Nobody knows Joe Coffee.
Episode 24.
Yes. And we are here, episode 2 for people. Nobody knows. Joe Coffee with my co-host, Richie Flo.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Episode 24. It's like my favorite show, 24. It had 24 episodes. Each episode represented 1 minute.
The show 20. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well,
24 minutes.
I don't understand that reference. Apparently now I'm a comedian who dabbles in puppetry. Is that
Yeah.
what you just?
Yeah, I like the imagery
Jeff
of you doing a Jeff Dunham act with a little chili pepper.
I feel like I would just make a puppet that looks like you, and he would be.
And it'd probably be the chili pepper one.
Yeah, Jake, I can't hear me at all. If that's. But so man, what's
there
up?
You go.
What's going on? Yeah, I can hear me now too.
Not much. Just another Wednesday.
Just another Wednesday, 5:30.
Back here. You know, it's funny because every Wednesday we've been here.
Yeah.
And it's kind of how I count my week is like, oh, it's Wednesday again. And these weeks just go by so fast.
I don't think we've missed a Wednesday other than just like having to pre-record some stuff. You know what I mean?
Some stuff.
I do.
But we've at least been on. And now we're on different platforms such as
iHeartRadio, iTunes Store,
yes.
And I believe Google Play. Is that what it's called, Jake? Yeah, I'm getting really good at this. So you
can download this.
Sponsors coming up hopefully soon. Some cool things lined up.
We're blowing up.
Are we? Is this what it feels like?
This is this is the same feeling that the palm tree had when they.
There's no palm trees outside, Richie. What are you looking at? I don't know what.
It's a business.
What you're pointing at.
The Palm
the
Tree
palm
Boutique.
tree. The
Shout out to Palm Tree
Boutique.
Boutique.
A place I have never noticed until you pointed at it. That is a very neon sign. That is
a cool place.
What's in the Palm Tree Boutique? Is that's
I want to say they have a lot of palm tree designs on their cloth.
Okay, wow. So we're here, episode 24. Clearly, we are super prepared today. We will have a special guest later on. Me and Richie felt like it had been a while since we'd opened up the show on our own. What did you do this weekend, my guy?
So much stuff. But besides that, this is the Halloween episode.
Is it? We really didn't plan much. We're both not in costume.
Yeah.
I think our original intention was this week to get the ghost lady, and I forgot that was sitting on my calendar, and we never reached out to her.
But we were also going to dress up today.
And we did not.
Or next Wednesday, but next Wednesday is November 1st, so.
Well, I mean, and what is it? The day after Halloween, I feel like that's a little tacky. What are you gonna be on Wednesday? If you come here on Wednesday,
dude,
should
I've
we just
been
do a
so
late
many
Halloween
things.
episode next Wednesday? Is that how we should do it?
We could,
because we didn't plan this out at all.
We could do like a Thanksgiving feast. I want to do a Thanksgiving feast one.
That would be fun.
Yeah,
that would be really fun.
We could
get some more Jupiter Jupiter House blueberry. What was that? Banana bread? I don't know.
Something.
It was delicious.
Muffin. They have muffins.
Well. You wanted to open with just us, so what's been up, man? What have you been doing?
Just listening to a bunch of podcasts.
You're lying.
No,
you don't listen to, but you want to talk about podcasts.
I don't listen to podcasts because I don't really know how to do it.
You can literally go. I feel weird. I feel like this is every podcast. If you listen to it, there's like these really corny like ad spots before, for the sponsors, and I feel like we're doing that right now. Like you can just go to your phone.
You just click on your phone. No, but really,
I really didn't know that. But if you look at your phone, there is an app that is just already on there from like Apple. It just comes, or at least an iPhone. I don't know about Android.
It's called App Store.
No, it's not called App Store. Right there, the purple one. It has like 2 circles on it and a little guy. It just literally says podcasts on it.
Richie Flo, my name's on it. Look, click it.
Oh yeah, with the hold up episode you did. So yeah, look, I already have stuff downloaded on here from like podcasts that I've downloaded. But you just go to the bottom right corner, you do search. You can even find us. So let's say Nobody Knows with Joe Coffee. Thanks to Jake, those are all up there. I even looked the other day because I'm nosy. And I didn't download a single
Nobody nosy.
Nobody nosies. But yeah, and I mean, we're all right there. And you literally just click that cloud with the arrow. So say I want to do the episode with character number 20. I do that. And then you go back to Unplayed. And then you scroll up, and it is downloading one episode. Then it'll show up right here in my Unplayed.
So it's literally easy as 1, 2, 3.
Jake, what is that considered a download on if it's on the podcast app?
A cloud?
Is that like Google Play? Is that iHeartRadio or iTunes at all? What do you mean? Like, so I'm downloading it from the podcast app on the phone, right? And whenever we're like, what does that count as a download from?
That's
just,
iTunes.
That's just okay. That's iTunes, is what that is.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. We are legit. Like I've said, I've
And
done so many
that counts
podcasts.
as a download, and the downloads are free, correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Because
Entirely.
it's brought to you in part by our
Why would
sponsor.
we ever charge for this? We clearly are so unscripted right now. We're telling people how to download a thing that they're already watching. So that's kind of.
But maybe they're not watching on that platform. Maybe they're like, "Oh, I missed it."
Yeah, and then they can watch all other.
And that downloads straight to your phone.
All other 23 episodes they can watch. So,
Cool.
we started a little bit late, but we're catching up, and we're gonna go ahead and I guess bring in our special guest because we're grasping at straws here. I would like to do an episode whenever we don't talk to each other at all, because I feel like when we start out the day, we have the best conversations because we haven't seen each other in a while, you know.
We're like, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" Nothing. I did all this stuff, and then we get here, and we're like,
Yeah, like we've told each other all the good stories. So we are going to bring in our special guest today,
Spider-Man,
the Wild Bill. Wild Bill, everybody, as he walks in through the door into the studio. They can't see you yet. Oh, they kind of saw you there. What's up, dude? How's it going? Let's get those headphones on you.
Hello.
Jake, can I be turned up a little bit in my headphones? It's weird. Oh, okay, there I am. I cannot hear Bill yet.
Hello.
How you doing, Bill?
I'm doing very well. How was everyone on Halloween episode?
This is
Halloween episode.
What
You
do you think
made
about the
it.
Halloween episode? We made it. See, I was thoroughly.
We were gonna get the ghost lady, but you were the next best scary thing to get. The next
I'm-
scary. No, you're
I'm a
not.
baller.
How's it been, man?
We were actually
I'm great.
before the show. We
Well.
were trying to get you to dress up in a costume,
Mm-hmm.
and
he would not do it.
He didn't do it.
He wore the blue shirt. Like you said you might.
He said he was going to wear a blue shirt. I didn't believe him.
I
but-
said
Blue shirt, blue jeans.
I asked if I could wear a shirt, and they said no to the shirt idea that I had initially. And I said, "What if I wore a blue shirt?"
Yeah,
and that one was better.
We like to make sure our guests are well dressed, especially for those that are downloading on iHeartRadio because they really care, or iTunes, what it looks like.
Is there a podcast playing?
I don't know. Oh, there's literally. We were on the podcast. There's a podcast playing on my phone right now during
Coffee pot.
Podcast.
That's your
podcastception. So what's been up, dude? Wild Bill, not circus performer like the intro Richie had made.
Shout out Corey G. He's one of my best buds.
No, what he said was "Nah, I'm just
yeah.
kidding."
Do you know who that guy? I
No,
thought
he said, "I'm just kidding."
I, thought it was Christian.
I like Wild Bill.
I know he's one of the most successful rappers in the area.
Oh, okay.
He put out a record and went platinum.
All right, no, let's not start the rap beef on a comedy show.
Fair enough. Like
that
rap.
guy, no, that. So you do know who that is?
Yeah, I think we know him from long ago.
That's funny because there's like
I don't think he knows us. He's just some guy. He didn't know you either.
I think he didn't really know
vague
who I
name.
was 'cause I don't know that name. But it's funny how many people like whenever. It's funny how many times Richie's interviewed people before the show, and then he'll ask them about me, and you can just tell they've really seen me because they're like, yeah, I don't like him. That is like literally. There's been people like Richie once asked a guy,
And even if they say they're kidding, like I'm gonna edit that out,
dude.
Yeah.
I've literally been sitting there before, and they're like dogging on me, and I've like just shadowed Richie and not said anything, just sitting and texting on my phone against a wall. And oh my god, the things some people will say, and then I'm just sitting there like kind of giggling to myself. But
I
then,
follow
like,
a lot of the episodes.
I'm
love
like, do
hearing
you think
what
he's
they say.
funny? And they're like,
And
not
then you
really.
know Richie digs. Yeah, you dig further and further into it because he knows I'm right there, and he knows it's just.
I'm like, he's not very funny though.
He's
is
good
he?
at that.
Oh, it's
She's
so
an
funny.
expert.
It's so funny. Trolling reality, as it's been said. So, Wild Bill,
The wildest.
the wild hip hop artist,
Mhm.
in Denton for a very, very long time. How long you been rapping, sir?
How long I've been rapping or how long I've been in Denton? Did you
Yeah,
ask?
Rapping.
Let's get
rapping.
the origin.
Let's get the origin story. You said you didn't like the Power Rangers movie because it was too origin-y, but we're gonna get to the
Whoa.
origin of the Wild.
Is that all right?
the
Can we
Wild
say
Bill.
that?
Like,
Yeah,
can we,
I mean,
can
I
we talk
didn't
about
say-
that?
I
Can we
didn't-
say that you didn't?
I didn't say I
You
didn't
didn't say you
like
didn't
it.
like
I'm a little
it.
embarrassed.
I'm sorry.
I didn't say that. This shirt.
I haven't seen it, so I don't really have.
I
like,
didn't say I didn't like it. I said they didn't morph until the very end, bro.
That's ridiculous. Then I don't like it, and I haven't seen it yet.
What is this? They're not even Power
I
Rangers.
didn't like it, and I
Then.
haven't even seen it.
You know, I started rapping when I was a teenager.
Teenager.
And Have you ever seen the picture of how Richie used to look?
Yes,
Very
Richie.
cool.
With,
That was very
the
similar.
Buzz,
Like I
the
just
buzzed
kept,
hair,
I kept,
baggy
yeah, I
shirts,
kept a
some
buzz
chains.
cut or like a shaggy cut hair, and I had my mom, because obviously I didn't buy my own clothes when I was in the 8th grade, 9th grade, but I asked my mom for Sean John
Mom, can you
because
purchase me some Sean John?
that
Some
just
P.
emulated
Miller, some
my
FUBU?
yeah, dude. I
Were you
wore
wearing P.
Sean
Miller?
John and I wore lugs. Remember those? Or
the
is
blue-
that
I
what they
remember
were?
lugs.
Or
I had a
lugs.
pair of lugs, dude.
You'd
And K Swiss. My brother used to hate on me real hard. He used to be like, "Bill, where's his K Swiss?
For
Bill,
the
where's
little
his K Swiss?"
For the little time my family lived in West Texas, everyone there kind of dressed in that stuff. So when I moved to Flower Mound, Texas, I was wearing that stuff. So everyone would call me like really offensive things like white chocolate, and, like P. Miller, or FUBU.
Look, man,
And
it's
I had
hard
the
to-
lugs. I had a great Jordan game, which is hilarious now if you know me. Like, it's because I'm definitely like.
It's really hard to, I don't know. It was hard to justify just like wanting to rap out of nowhere. I wasn't really struggling, and a lot of hip hop organically came from struggle.
Especially at that time, like heavily.
Yeah,
I feel like now you see more art.
I think I was 13 or 14. I started to write raps, and I think that's when the movie 8 Mile came out.
Yeah.
And I think I was like, I think I'm not as scared to do this.
Yeah,
any longer.
yeah.
But I mean, I think it just kind of bridged a gap. Eminem helped bridge the gap, you know, culturally. I don't know. I don't want to overstep a
Right.
boundary. But I guess I started rapping around 13 or 14 because
there's certain
of Eminem.
artists that like, yeah, if you weren't like, because that's what I feel like. Oh, what are you laughing at?
Richie's.
What's Richie laughing at? What are you?
Hip hop is
Hip hop,
game.
bro.
It's
It's interesting.
It's a thing for sure.
But
it's
I
a
feel
living,
like
breathing thing.
now it's so much more like, and I'm not trying to say like it used to be more of like a street thing. And now it's like more of this like. It's more in the mainstream arts, you know. So
And it's
there's
also
like,
more
there's
like-
a lot more people that aren't going
Sure.
to struggle that are great artists.
I'm
come
fairly
out, you know?
certain Post Malone is from South Lake.
Really?
Grapevine or
You know what I
something.
mean?
Probably.
But the
Grapevine,
thing,
I don't know.
the
I
thing
don't know. I
is
just heard
now
it.
it's about being
I don't think he had a
original.
really difficult upbringing.
Yeah, you don't have to have you can just, as long as you're like yourself, which is like a quirky, imaginative version of yourself.
Yeah, you're being creative and expressive.
Then people are
and
like,
you can-
"Oh, this guy's cool." You haven't seen Peabody, and he's just like eating a bunch of corn and peas.
And I'm not saying this guy. I'm not saying this guy isn't like. What am I trying to say? I'm not saying
no.
this guy is like the best at all by any means at all. I'm not even saying he's like great, but like people like I remember when Asher Roth came out and talking about like being from the suburbs. Then that like opened a bridge for all of these
sure.
these suburb kids. Are like, oh, now I can like jump. You know what I mean?
Everybody
People
with
stop
an
feeling-
iMac, like
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
with an iMac that came with the little microphone was putting out mixtapes on
Yeah.
whatever, I don't know, mixtapefactory.com. Dat Piff.
I mean, yeah, I started recently. See, I used to use the studio while everyone else was using the MacBook, and now everyone else is using the studio, and I'm like, oh, I can make music on my MacBook.
It's so accessible, though. You can literally, like, making any form of electronic music right now, you can literally do sitting in your underwear, like eating nachos at home, you know? And
Yeah.
it's-
Which is how I conduct most of my business.
And it's good. And yours is good. I am a fan. I enjoy.
You have an album you're working on right now.
Yeah, let me fast forward there. I kept rapping through high school and then college, and then like I got injured. For whatever, I got injured in South Texas, and while I was in the hospital, like really, really concentrated on an album.
Yeah.
That's when I put out my first project, and then a second project pretty quickly after that, and a third one about a year after that. But this
What was
fourth
the
album,
injury?
my dang old leg.
Dang old leg? What happened?
Yeah, a lot of people who've seen me around or know me know about it, but essentially, it was a freak accident, and my leg was like 90 degrees in the wrong direction.
What?
Man. The last thing I remember was looking at
Did
my
you say
foot.
this was sports? I'm sorry, I blanked. Was this football or anything? Or this was just a.
No.
It could be.
What happened?
No.
Oh, okay. That's a whole.
No.
That's a whole nother.
Yeah, man, it's a crazy.
So messed
story.
up.
whole
Messed
nother
up the leg.
story.
Yeah, yeah.
Whole nother level.
Next time.
But
on Nobody Cares. If that ever gets.
on Nobody Cares About Wild Bill, Corey G can come in and he'll be the co-host.
Well, no, we want to do a Nobody Cares show where we can talk about the things that we can't talk about on a bigger platform.
Well,
And
Bill,
it would be,
dude, you can just everybody can talk about me.
we keep
Corey G.
prolonging it, but
But yeah, man, I hurt my leg, and then while I was in the hospital and recovering and stuff, I was laid up for like a year and a half. It was a difficult time, but I wrote.
And
a
who
bunch
helped
of
produce
albums.
that first one?
Ben Wade produced both of my first 2 albums, and then
which were called Tommy Pickles.
Tommy Pickles,
That was
which
the
you can
first one?
find on all major
Rugrats.
platforms.
And the second one was
Why Tommy Pickles?
is it called Uncle Rico or just Rico?
It was called Rico Dynamite.
Rico Dynamite. Yeah.
But the first project was called Tommy Pickles because I don't know. I think I was from the hospital like on a lot of painkillers and a lot of nonsense.
You're just watching a lot of Rugrats.
No, listen, I'm gonna tell you.
No, I'm the host.
But at the beginning, fair enough, fair enough. At the beginning of every episode, they like break out of the playpen.
Okay.
This is my breaking out of my bot.
It's funny though that it was called Tommy Pickles, but you're more Chucky.
Chucky Fencer. Well, that's the thing. Also, like Ben, I refer to Ben as Tommy Pickles a lot in the projects.
Yeah.
And we're working on a sequel to that also right now. It would technically be my 5th project, but it's Tommy Pickles 2, The Ballad of Chucky Fenster.
Oh, the ballad or
bruh, the ballad. It's the ballad of Chucky.
So where did
Fenster.
because you have some great like so all right, so then Rico Dynamite.
Yeah,
where's that come from?
I'm on Rico Dynamite, right?
Yeah, you're on Rico Dynamite with Burton.
Yeah.
The song "Sleep," which you guys can
Find
on
on
YouTube.
Plugging away.
It's
a good one.
But no, it's that was like I felt so good about getting that first project out after having rapped for so long. I felt like Uncle Rico, like he does, like he thinks he had his chance.
Oh, Rico Dynamite. Duh. I don't know why I blanked on that.
What?
Okay. Hey, it took me a moment. It took because I remember him.
You
in the,
love Napoleon Dynamite. Every
he does quote it. All
I
day
never
long.
quote it.
I
every sentence.
I almost cursed. I never quote Napoleon Dynamite.
Every single sentence in Napoleon Dynamite is
We ate a pizza
quotable.
earlier. And every piece of pizza, he was like, "Gosh,
You gonna eat that pizza? Eat your lunch."
And then my 3rd project I did with Ben Garside, a.k.a. Shag.
Chinese.
He's a great beat maker here in town. And
That's
it was
Haunted Chinese.
Haunted
And
Chinese
you have a thing-
restaurant.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what is that? Where does that come from?
We were watching Scooby-Doo after
Okay.
just like a really late night.
Uh-huh.
And it's literally, he goes like, "Welcome to Shag and Scooby's Haunted Chinese Restaurant." We were like, album name. Like, we had just been working on an untitled project at the time, and that's how it came to be.
So what's the new project?
And you work with a lot of producers named Ben.
I like Ben's.
That's the thing.
Wow, yeah, I do like the Ben guy.
There's
the
a whole
Ben.
conspiracy online.
So the new
Look it up.
project? Are you doing that with a bin?
This next project is called Crawford. It's named after my grandfather, my 7-month-old new son, and it's also my middle name.
Shout out to babies.
Hey man, go to sleep. I don't know. It's not really. There's not really a bedtime, and he can't hear me.
I don't think he can hear you.
But
it'd be impressive if he found this.
Hey, shout out to my wife Crimson.
So, Ben, you have a Ben working on Crawford? Is Ben Wade doing Crawford?
But yeah, there's like 11 producers.
I'm
on
on
this.
Crawford, right?
Pudge, who Pudge, I just saw commenting, and then Matt, I hurt my leg when I was kicking it.
Tons
like that.
But yeah, no, Pudge is on. He's on there production wise. Richie is. There's like 12 producers on this one.
Yeah.
I decided not to like limit myself, and
yeah, it's a lot more fun if
it's-
you can branch out and work with other people.
man, it's different for sure. And
But
I've been
that
working on it
makes
for like
it-
3 years.
I feel like that makes it inherently harder. I think the reason I really enjoy stand-up comedy is because it's like all on me. You know what I mean? I don't have to rely on other people.
You
And
don't need your flash drive and beats.
I don't have to have anything other than a notebook and just really me wanting to go up there and tell jokes.
Imagine going
Like,
to a
it's not
show
on
and not
anybody
having to be
else.
like, "Hey, here's my flash drive."
Yeah. Hey man, the DJ needs your
Do you have Google?
flash.
Can you download my Google?
Like
But yeah, I'm excited
I
about
don't
this
have to
project.
deal with
There's a lot
technology, you know?
lot of work gone into it, and a lot of
God, all these comments right now. Just don't look at the comments. This is
fair enough.
Don't read the comments. That's the number one rule.
I got you. I didn't know.
So
I've seen some episodes where you guys have commented directly to things.
oh,
I've
I
said.
know. But right now they're in. Wild Bill is my friend. There you go. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Shout out. These guys are
DWG.
great.
So,
It's
where are you
Matt
taking
Pole
this,
Pudge
Richie?
and
Richie, you
Deke.
have some Bill. You have some Bill bullet points right here. You have bullet points.
Bullet points.
Yeah, we have Wild Dad. That's a bullet point.
Oh,
so
yeah.
7-month-old, newborn in the.
I do.
in the
I have a
mix.
7-month-old boy. He is
Who
already an
looks
ogre.
similar to you, but
He's got red
small.
hair and he's big. I mean, he's not like big. Like I'm a big guy.
How big? How tall are you?
I'm 6'6", and he is. I don't know.
Gonna
like,
be 6'8".
Dude,
You're
he was
6'6",
like
240 pounds.
Yeah, I weigh 135. I've gained weight.
Tall
I
and
used
slim.
to I used to wrestle the 105 pound weight class.
What?
I
How
said
tall were
weight
you
pound.
then?
Dude, I'm just joking.
Okay, I was like,
I
he
was
was
I was
seven.
6'2",
Jesus. What are you
250 pounds when I was 13. when I was
man-child.
15 years old, my brother was a freshman at Duke University, and he snuck me into a bunch of parties. Sorry, Mike. And like Cameron Indoor, and they said that I was a recruit for Duke University, and they put a Duke University
That's
shirt
so
on me.
funny. I could have
And
never done that at 13.
Dude,
I would have never passed.
JJ Reddick bought me
Who
a
now
shot.
plays for
Bought me a shot of vodka. I was 15.
Who now plays for the Magic, right? Or
So
does
yeah, he
even
plays
play?
professional basketball.
Yeah,
that's
somewhere.
for sure. And I was like in
Went
this
to Duke,
club.
obviously.
I was in this club, and I don't know how I got into this club. I don't know how I got into Cameron
were a
Indoor. I got to-
man-child.
But dude,
You were-
I was so big.
Did you have a beard? What
No,
about
dude,
facial
I
hair?
still can't grow a beard.
That would have
This is
helped.
this is my 6-month effort right now.
You're talking to
You have the light Colonel Sanders going on right now.
Finger
like
licking good. Finger licking good.
We all have beard issues.
So you're at the club in Duke.
Yeah, JJ Reddick buys me a shot of vodka. He goes, "Oh, you're a recruit? You play a shot?" Ooh.
I feel like that's how JJ Reddick would sound.
I think my brother tried to downplay it later, like that wasn't even him. I was like, it was him.
It'll
Or
always
there was
be
just
him.
like a guy surrounded by people, like he was being worshipped, and he said his name was JJ Reddick. Maybe people do that. I don't know. I'm sure people do, but
So back on the topic of the
What?
baby. Well, what were you gonna ask? Was it
No,
on
you
topic
asked
of the-
first. You're the ones with
It's
all
not-
the questions.
Okay, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say?
How'd you
So
how'd you know what to name it? I don't know.
how do you find? Do you ever like?
we
Obviously,
named it. No, I named him after my grandfather, Crawford Parker. He was a judge in the state of Texas for a long time.
Texas.
So what were you gonna say? How do you balance like dad life and being
Dad life and being a performer, like I feel like that's a lot. Like
It
you have
definitely-
to call a babysitter when you. Do you go to a studio or do you record in house?
Most of the time now, I have to really plan ahead, and I try and go to like a really professional setting so that I can either have my son with me or I'll plan ahead and get some sort of babysitter.
Right.
But
Man.
it's definitely different, you know, when you're 20 and making music for the first time, or 21 or 22, and you're young and you can stay out till all hours of the night drinking and carrying on.
Yeah,
and
I'm still
no
unfortunately
repercussion.
doing that.
You know?
Yeah. Only
Now-
difference is I get much worse hangovers. Anyway.
Fair enough. Yeah. Now it's just those things don't even seem worth it. It's like your time is so precious now because the hours that you've got off, like, which are seldom.
Yeah.
Few and seldom. You've got to like use wisely. So,
do you feel like you have a different drive when you're like riding?
Of course,
and stuff?
of course.
Because I've been
Everything
thinking
you're
about having
doing.
a kid, so I
switch
can get
kicks
that.
on
Just
you,
so
man.
you could like have a new.
Yes, I think the first time that I motioned to you. I'm sorry, you don't
Thank
look
you.
pregnant.
I
by
know,
any
but you're
means.
rubbing my
But
stomach
the
like
first
I am.
time that I felt him kick on my wife's through my wife's stomach, I was just like, whoa! Like it was like this.
You went and rode a bar right then.
Yeah, he came out with a better album than I did when he was born.
Well, I gotta
but
say
no,
that
it's just like a switch turns on in you, man.
the content, yeah, and that being said, the whole perspective of your life now, like obviously the content is going to be a little bit different, right?
I mean, you
have
start to really care about what you're saying.
Let me ask you this. So,
You know?
because DJ Khaled's last album, his son Assad co-produced or executive produced it. Is
Sure.
Crawford gonna be producing any of the tracks? On this
You know,
album?
I haven't thought about that, but
You should definitely put.
I'm sure
what is
that
the record
I'm sure
for
that
youngest like successful producer? That's it. DJ Khaled's son.
DJ Khaled's son.
I've taken an interest in his future already financially, of course, but
get him on the Gerber program.
I have a Gerber Life program, bro.
Hey, shout out Gerber Life.
So what is the Gerber Life program? You just get baby food?
No, it has nothing to do with baby food.
Yeah, no, they just send you diapes.
Oh, okay.
It's like a fund for like college and stuff.
I don't know this. Why would I know this?
Because I thought you were a Gerber baby.
I don't know any of that. You think I
I'm
remember
a
any
Gerber baby?
I don't even know the song. That was what just happened. Oh
No, I mean,
goodness.
but it would be cool to maybe put him as a producer or get some credits
on the man. Well, so I feel like so. What can we expect from Crawford? What makes Crawford different?
My kid or the album?
He's smart.
What makes him different? No, what makes Crawford different?
Besides
from Chinese Restaurant, which how long ago was that put out? That was a couple years ago, right?
Yeah,
okay.
It was 2014.
Okay.
I know the production you were talking about. This one actually has multiple producers. All the other ones have all had solo producer, and this is like multiple people doing work.
That's a bummer to see.
So you have like 11.
But yeah, man. It's a concentrated effort, you know.
Yeah.
It's and I'm not saying that the other ones weren't, but when you're hungry and in the beginning of things, you sometimes release projects maybe earlier than you should. You know how much time you put into your album.
Yeah.
Right? And every time we asked you about it, it was almost like you were playing with us.
Like I was never going to put it
backing
out.
it up more, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like you want it to. You've now released some things, and you've got some accreditation.
Yeah.
You've got some motivation and some traction. You have to deliver to your fans.
Yeah.
It has to be good and or better, in my opinion. I'm not down to release something that's worse than the last project.
I mean, but it's evolved.
sure-
It's a grown-up version of you. It's
Of course.
And I mean, I don't know, using different producers, which makes it sound so it doesn't sound like one particular thing. It's like, you know,
It allows it to take on many hats. You know, there's.
Is the
and
sound
because I've taken. I'm sorry for interrupting you.
No, not at all. No, keep going.
Because I've done it over the course of so many years. You know, I started this project before I met my wife. I started this project before she was pregnant, before my kid was born, after he was born. I'm still doing things. So there's, you can hear evolution in the music itself. There's still all versions of me. There's the Wild Bill who allegedly might punch you in a club. There's the Wild Bill who is,
allegedly.
Putting his son to sleep at 3 a.m.
Yeah. It's all cycles, which is different than, like, I don't know. I mean, to me it's crazy because, I don't know. You know me. So, like, once I was done with my album, I'm like, what do I do now? Like, what's a follow-up? Like, so coming up with a follow-up, and you've come up with multiple follow-ups.
Right.
And so this is another new follow-up.
That's what I can't imagine is like churning something out and putting in that much time, that much production value.
Well,
and it even costs like money at times.
Yeah.
And then it's turning around and doing another one. Because, no matter how many views or sales you still get at this level, everyone is kind of losing money when you're making an album. You know what I mean? Like in terms of if you're putting your own out, and it's just to get
the
get out
last
there
thing
and
you
keep
want to do now
churning
is
out music.
waste that money and the time. You don't want to. Man, it's a fine line because you can't wait too long, and then that music no longer be relevant for the time period.
Especially with something
or
like
the
hip
fan
hop
base.
with references and whatnot.
It's so current.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean, for me, the
comedy
thing was,
as well. Like
I wanted to
Exactly.
put out a CD. I wanted to put out something, but you put out like a couple of CDs a couple of albums that were all really dope, and I'm like, okay. And he just like put this out, and then he put this out, and I'm here struggling to put one thing out, and then Pudge was putting out a bunch of really good
Pudge
stuff
stays putting
with
stuff
Fab Deuce
out.
putting out good stuff, with Burton putting out good stuff, and then Stu Bruto was putting out, and all these people were putting out all this stuff, and I'm just like, I'm just trying to put out one project, and I can't. I'm just here listening to everyone else, like, what do I do? How do I? And then so I finally like put every single thing that I could think of in something, and now I'm like,
well, that also
Now
has like
what?
25 tracks. You're pretty focused on some magic right now because you got some big gigs coming up. You know.
Yeah.
You gonna put out any new stuff? Like, are you gonna be on? Are you on any?
I know I have production on there.
Production on Crawford. Okay.
And I mean, to me, it's
I'm
just
releasing 2 songs that we did way back that we've never released.
Okay.
We're gonna
The
probably
hidden- the
we're gonna
hidden
have
tapes?
to we're gonna have to rename them because they're both just too vulgar. I think it was just for file's sake, like
Yeah.
to say
Yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah.
But the names are not all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, Richie's got some verses and some production on this album
Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, cool. What else have you got on the billet points, Rich?
Master of the Mic.
Oh man, yeah.
Which
dude.
is a hip hop competition, right?
Tri-City competition, Dallas, Fort Worth. It didn't.
Ah.
However many people from everybody. There's 2 people in Denton, 4 or 5 people in Dallas. I think they're about to have their final 2.
It's at Andy's.
No,
right?
they're done. They're done, man.
Everybody's done?
Yeah, everybody's done.
Two,
I
two,
can't.
two.
I don't think I can sit and name everybody off the top. I know that someone named Kid Carnage made it.
Mm-hmm.
So wait, is there one singular winner? How does that work?
There will be one winner. I think
Okay,
there's
so
one
it
more
keeps-
round now.
There's
It's-
one
it's
round
like
with the
Funniest
2
Comic
best
in
from here,
Texas.
the 2 winners from Dallas, and the 2 winners from Fort
Is
Worth.
it like freestyles or you do your act, like your
It's
song
a
or
set. I
something?
mean,
a set?
the rounds have kind of evolved. You know
Uh-huh.
what I mean, there's.
Yeah.
It started out with you had like 2 or 3 songs. Now it's like a whole set.
This
They
would be
want
like
to see
your
a
set.
performance.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I was really.
Put together by Cali D. I'm not sure who the
Shout out
judges
Cali
are
D.
going to be. The judges, do we know yet?
No, I have
No.
no idea, man. Nothing is.
They've had
set in
what are they-
stone.
They've
what
had
are they-
DOC, Erica Badu in the past.
Really?
You know,
That's
some-
cool.
Mhm.
So what do they
They've-
judge
they've-
you on? Like I recently did Funniest Comic Texas, and they judge you on like it's like delivery, stage presence, mic placement, and crowd reaction. So like, what do they give you?
Pretty
a
much
list of
the same.
things they judge you on? Do they give you billet
They
points?
didn't give us back like no billet points. That's you should man. I'm gonna trademark that.
You should. You absolutely should.
But no, there's no. They didn't give us feedback by any means. You know what I mean? They just kind of let us know who like the judges.
I do know that
How
there's
does it
like,
work? Is it very political, like a lot of art competitions can
Not
be?
really. So I went to I went to the final round 2 years ago, and I did well. The audience gave me a good response, but I know I didn't win. Like I wasn't marketed. I wore the same thing I've been wearing
You
for
sir
like
are
3
not
days.
master of the mic.
Yeah. So the people who did win were like well groomed and like wearing nice clothes and had
Which is hilarious.
and a show.
But
I
the
feel like-
nicest I've looked in a long
I feel like
time.
the winner should get like a wizard hat. I don't know, master of the mic. That sounds so magical.
Yeah.
What do you get? What do you get if you win?
There's a whole package of things. I'm
Like
not really-
what? Like studio time?
Yeah, studio time.
Do you get money?
Stickers. There might be some money, some like
Okay.
merch, and like you
A
get a
chain
consultation.
with
you get to
a
hang out with
microphone
DOC
chain?
or you got to hang out with DOC last year.
Okay.
And like hang out with like cool people, and you're just like, you get the bragging rights. There's like a chain.
Spark some incense with Erica Badu.
Yeah,
you know,
you're the best. You're the best in DFW as far as if anyone asks.
All right. So what's next on the billet points?
I like billet point. Is that
I'm loving it.
Is that a real word? Is
I
it
don't
bullet
know.
point?
It is supposed to be bullet point, but they're billet points because
Who
this is a Wild Bill
says?
episode.
Oh,
yeah.
Who says it's supposed to be bullet points?
Yeah, maybe we've been saying.
Maybe it is bullet points.
We've been wrong all along.
Netflix. We know you're a big fan of Netflix. We were talking about Netflix.
Why is that a thing? Why is that
Just Netflix? I don't
Just
know.
about how he's a big fan of Netflix.
look,
I feel like most of the country is a big fan of Netflix. I don't think that's.
I have a segue.
I don't think that's a unique.
All right.
I have a segue here. Where
I don't think that's a unique.
I'm gonna plug my.
What
movie
about
pass.
Netflix? Am I just supposed to?
And for those that can't
I
see
tell you
it,
what,
Richie's billet
We
points.
can talk about
and
Netflix.
Netflix, and then he pointed an arrow to segue and underline movie pass.
I have a movie pass. It's like the Netflix.
What are you watching on
of
Netflix
movies.
right now?
Right now, I'm always watching The Office. Like, if I can't sleep well, I'll put The Office on. And just
If
like
I
a
can't
medium
find
volume.
anything to pick, I pick The Office.
And
Like,
just
it's
wake
literally-
up and you go, yes, I'm still watching, and then you
Yeah.
go back to sleep.
I just wish they would take the off because that's all I'm ever watching.
Yeah.
I'm rewatching for like the 100th time Pretty Little Liars.
Yes,
You know
love
what I'm
it.
saying?
What is
Duh.
Pretty Little Liars?
Love PLO.
You don't know PLO?
I've seen it talked often on Twitter. PLL. I hate you both.
Look,
so
man,
much.
He likes Gilmore Girls.
I don't like
You're
Gilmore
a Gilmore
Girls.
Girls guy?
No, I'm
What?
not. I've been watching a lot of
Caroline
Twin
in the
Peaks.
City.
I'm a
Twin
Gilmore
Peaks fan?
guy.
Gilmore guy? You're a Gilmore guy? Is that how that works?
Well,
Are there 3
we
of
call
them?
ourselves Gilmies.
Can we do a remake, a Gilmore guy? The
actually
Gilmore
never
guys?
I
What
was always
is
a
Gilmore Girls about?
Caroline
What are all
in the
these
City
about?
guy.
I drank all my bottled water from original Denton Independent water.
I've seen some
Have
of
some of
Sex.
mine.
I've seen some Sex in the Cities.
It's Sex in the City.
I know. I'm saying if I've seen plural episodes, wouldn't it be Sex in the Cities?
I've seen
you've seen some
Sesame
episodes
Streets.
of Sex in the City.
I've seen some Sesame Streets.
I've been watching Twin Peaks.
I get down
That's
with
my-
the street.
I've watched some Barneys.
Yeah. No, I heard. Honestly, have you seen the Ozark?
Oh,
No, I heard
Ozark
it's
is great.
Dude, it's
Ozark
really
is
good.
awesome.
It's really good.
First episode is just already
In the last
like,
episode, I was like,
I know,
whoa.
yeah.
I don't want to give anything
It's hard
away.
to like, yeah.
But it
it's
makes
hard
you
not
go.
to.
But that reminds me, Netflix is. There's also.
Your segues right now are worse than any comedy.
There's
show.
also.
I do
Movie
have a
Pass.
song about Netflix.
Speaking
Yeah.
of Netflix.
Speaking of Netflix, you
I
have a song about
it.
Netflix.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they sign me.
That'd be awesome. Netflix, you could be their first
They're-
artist.
Well, they have no rappers on their label.
Netflix is doing like huge things for like stand-up comedy. I mean, I
Are
would
they
be-
though?
Yeah, they're keeping stand-up comedy relevant, especially in a time where comedy.
But what are
Central
they
doesn't
really
play
doing for
stand-up.
Magic? You know,
I don't know, man. You
Magic
gotta,
the Gathering.
That market
Richie
has
loves Magic the Gathering.
You got to fill
hate
that Magic the Gathering.
He actually does magic tricks with Magic the Gathering cards.
You
I
gotta
do.
you gotta fill that gap, man. And also, I read something, and I would have to find it later, but there's something that if you send them, I think a comedy special they really like, they'll put it on Netflix.
You read
So
that?
send them like a. I don't know if I read that or I heard it in a comedy club, or maybe I dreamed it. And
Is that
and then-
comedy
Send him some
Club
snaps.
Is
Send
that
him some snaps. See if they'll just post Richie's snaps on Netflix.
I
Is
mean,
that Comedy Club? Talk?
comedy club talk?
Is that what y'all talk about in the Comedy Club?
We either talk crap
You know,
about
if you
one
get
another when we're not there around
Let
each
me ask
other.
you this:
Or
somebody was wearing a shirt the other day, right? And it said, "Pay your dues." Right?
That's the North Texas Comedy Festival shirts that Meatpaw Studios did. Shout
Right.
out Meatpaw.
So, shout out.
Scott. and
So I asked
Brian.
somebody, I was like, "So is that a real thing?" Like, I think we've talked about this. Like, paying your due. Like, if somebody was like, "Hey, I want to do comedy tomorrow," and then they did like one thing and then got a Netflix special, you'd be kind of mad at that person.
I don't know if it's so much mad at them. It'd be mad at the. I don't know.
Or
Like,
what if they just went on a whim and was like,
Yeah, I'd be
"Hey,
mad
my
at them.
uncle works at the Netflix. I'm gonna get a Netflix
listen,
special."
people are funny. People can be funny people, but there's no person that's doing stand up one time and getting a Netflix special. It's just not happening. There's just so many like variable and certain
but see,
experience
like-
you need in magic or performing or making music in general.
But here's the thing: like,
there are prodigies. There's people that pick it up quicker, but
in magic, I've been doing
That
magic since I was a
hypothetical
kid. But I'm in no clubs. I'm not part of any like
because there's like magic
thing,
guilds, right?
Yeah. So I'm just saying, hey, guess what? I know the people at Andy's. I'm gonna book a show at Andy's. I'm gonna
Which
do
is
magic.
exactly what someone in a secret magic guild would say.
Well, I am sort of
Yeah.
secrecy.
Yeah. Exactly. You would never.
But I
speak
just
on it if
wonder.
you
I
were.
wonder if like there's gonna be some
You
mafiations.
You pulled like a magic card from a tree.
Yeah.
So what do the magic guilds do? They just hang out and like what's in a magic?
They
what's
just
in-
talk about the people who aren't part of the guild who are going around.
They just talk
performing
crap.
Magic
So it's
poorly.
comedy club talk.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I mean, the guy that we just saw, the magician that we just saw.
Oh my God! Can we talk about that kind of lightly?
Yeah, his name was Brett. I'll
Brett-
never forget.
We literally just saw a man with a top hat and a cane and cargo shorts.
I asked him if he was a magician because I told him I was also a magician.
Did you see him do magic?
Yeah, he was showing people here at Magic.
What, like card tricks or something?
He had 2 coins, and then he
Were you
pulled out a deck
impressed?
of cards.
Were you impressed as a magician?
I didn't watch it, but I wanted to talk to him. I wanted to ask him like.
But we were standing there. See, me and Mark Zimmerman were standing there, and he couldn't talk to him because you magicians are all secretive.
Yeah, he was like, I was trying to do the
can't be
handshake.
trusted.
I was trying to do the handshake, but you're not supposed to let anybody know what it is.
Is there really a handshake?
I just did it.
Let me say it again.
No,
Do it again.
I forgot it.
Okay, so you want to get to weird news because we're losing everyone.
Yeah.
All right, what's our weird news drop today, Richie?
But up.
Weird news. Okay, Bill, get away from comments.
I'm sorry.
Weird news, Bill.
What is the weird news today?
I don't-
Was I supposed to get a? Was I
We're-
supposed
yeah,
to provide
you
that?
Didn't, you didn't come with weird news.
We were
stories?
gonna.
I do have some weird news.
Did you hear about the rattiest city?
I like
Did
how
you
you
hear
just
about
scrolled
this?
up. You scrolled up and read the headline. So we've actually in one of the early episodes I talked about I have this weird. I saw this documentary called Rats. And it's literally all types of different. It talks about rats in New York City. It talks about like in India, these people that walk around and like break the necks of rats at night because they like infest the
eat
city.
'em?
There's certain cultures where they like keep rats in this temple because they think the rats are like their dead loved ones and they live with them. And it's just like a crazy interesting documentary. It's Morgan
bummer.
Spurlock, the dude who did what is it 30 the McDonald's.
30 McDonald's
Yeah,
until you
30,
30 McMore.
30 days
30
till
Mc-
I eat McDonald's
30 McMore.
again.
30 McMore days.
McMore.
So I just have this weird
Obsession with rats.
It's not an obsession. I'm just interested in like how I'm terrified of them. First off, now, like after watching this documentary, they have like this New York City janitor, and he's telling you all
good,
these
man.
rats. I've literally seen a rat come down and bite a guy's face off, and I'm just the stories he tells. I'm like, no.
There's a video online of a pigeon just eating some bird seed. He's just trying to get some seed, and then this rat comes up and bites him on his wing and drags him into this bush. And
Are you
would
serious?
yeah.
Is that a real thing?
Look it up. You would never
You
imagine.
look it up. I have the.
Dude,
I'm not
his
gonna look
voice
it up.
changed pitch.
Look
You
it
know
up.
it's real.
I'm not.
You look it up.
I'm not gonna look up rat eating pigeon.
Why not? You
All
just brought it up. So the
burden of proof
the
is now on
rattiest
us.
city in, I believe this is in the U.S., is the Windy City, Chicago, which surprised me. I thought it might be New York. Chicago topped U.S. metro
You thought
areas.
the Windy City was New York?
No, I thought New York would be the rattiest city. Oh wait, here it is. Wait, let's watch this pigeon get eaten by a rat. Oh my. He's just carrying that pigeon away.
He's like, hey, this
Oh,
pigeon's
that's
with
messed
me.
up.
Rats are terrifying, man.
It's like I said.
That made me sad. So for the
What a
third
sad thing to see.
for the third straight year, so they just test this yearly. Chicago topped U.S. metro areas, so it's only United States, in Pest Control Company Orkin's top 50th ratty cities list released this week. What a weird list to be on. What a weird.
We made this year's rattiest.
I feel like there's
Yo,
like,
we made the rattiest.
so this doesn't. It says city, so it's obviously big populated areas. It's not like they went and tested like, small towns or villages, right?
But there's smaller spaces. You know what I mean? This is like
Yeah.
city.
That makes sense.
If you've ever had a rat infestation, which I have.
Orkin is the pest control company. That's right. Orkin ranks cities by the amounts of rodent treatments the company completed in the year that ended September 15th. While the ranking is less than scientific, okay, so great, really awesome. There's other evidence that Chi-Town, yada yada, is the worst. Where's the list at? Let's see the list. 1 is Chicago, 2 New York, 3 Los Angeles. Where is DFW? DFW is Dallas-Fort Worth is number 10.
Whoa, where's New
rattiest
Orleans on
cities.
there?
Yeah, that's interesting, huh? New Orleans is
They ain't got no
23.
rats. They ain't got no rats.
New Orleans is just so dirty rats can't even live there.
like I know that Hannibal Buress has that bit about it, but for real, I've eaten at a place in New Orleans, and they were like, there was a rat that just ran by. They were like, yeah, there's lots of rats during this time of year.
Yeah.
What?
I mean, Boston's at 15. Yeah, New Orleans is only at 23. St. Louis is at 32, and St. Louis is kind of dirty.
Ratty.
Rochester, New York comes in at 39.
Not enough for me.
Where is Greenville in North Carolina?
What,
Spartanburg and Greenville. That's
Wait,
at
is it
42.
Greenville?
Yeah,
Ave?
Greenville, Spartanburg. Oh wait,
There you
no,
go, Bill.
that might be South Carolina.
More than 20 million rodents invade each year, or 20 million rodents invade homes each year, Orkin said, and rats can squeeze through the hole the size of a quarter. Have you seen the videos of that?
Yeah.
Like anywhere they fit their nose in, they can like squeeze. They're the worst.
They're
Like
so
an octopus.
cute. They're so cute,
This
though.
is my least favorite
Little rat?
animal. Stop.
That's
Stop.
real gross.
Don't touch me like
I
that.
had a mouse when I was a kid.
But that's not like. So what's the difference from a mouse and a rat?
A mouse is
size.
Yeah, a mouse is smaller, cuter, and they're fancy.
It was $2.
Yeah,
And you know what? I bought it in a thing that said snake food.
yeah.
Did you really? Oh, so it's like a tiny, tiny little mouse.
Yeah, I was like,
little
nah,
pinky.
man, I'm saving you. And I bought like a rat cage,
That's
or like a gerbil cage.
You gotta
I guess.
really love an animal to sit there. Like snake owners, you gotta really,
Well-
really love an animal to sit there and watch it just eat a furry little
Cute
creature. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you gotta really love snakes.
My buddy had a snake, and we used to watch that. That's also a sad thing to watch. It's kind of, I mean,
it's not really sad. It's
it's
just,
I mean, it's
I mean,
not
it's not
nature.
what
You're
you
just like,
eat.
hey, here you go.
We're so far removed from that when we eat. We're just eating. We're just eating a burger.
And I still do. Yeah, I don't even think about that.
You don't think about the fact that you're eating 20 cows.
Snakes terrify me though.
20
Have you ever
cows.
Have you ever eaten snake before?
Yes.
Really?
I've
I
also
never have.
eaten kangaroo.
Have you really?
Kangaroo burger.
What's the? I'm trying to think
No,
the
you
weirdest
didn't,
meat I've
Richie.
ever
I
had.
did.
No, you did not eat a kangaroo.
You know at oh, okay. The video I sent.
It's a video about kangaroo burgers.
But I am gonna have you play that in a bit, Jake. What's the weirdest thing you've eaten is a kangaroo? They at Hickory on Fry.
I didn't want to
which
eat the
isn't a
kangaroo.
place anymore. It's now Caskey's or something. The Hickory on Fry. It used to have kangaroo nachos here in Denton. Like, where do you?
Yeah, there's a barbecue place that has this huge barbecue pit.
So you're
and
not joking.
These people just
No.
ordered this like a bunch of barbecue stuff, and I just grabbed a burger. And so it goes, "That's kangaroo," and I was like, "What? That makes me not very happy."
Hoppy, I get it. Like hop around.
Jesus Christ.
That was for Jake.
Did you eat anything unique in India?
Hey, what's the craziest thing you ate there?
Poop soup.
No,
You're a
this-
liar.
No,
Shut
that's
up.
Get out of
Shut
here,
up.
bro. You didn't eat poop
No,
soup.
that's what it, that's
And
what
it's not called poop soup.
No, it was this cold like soup that they would give you these little cracker crusty things that were puffed up.
What?
They give them to you after they drenched them in this like stuff, and they would like eat them, and they were just like it was a stinky water.
So wait, what is it?
I don't know.
Is it poop?
No.
You know, there's a really expensive coffee that they feed the cats coffee beans, and then you like
That's
you
awesome.
harvest, or I don't know, the poop is what they poop them out,
That's
and
awesome.
then you're drinking like cat poop coffee. That's like a real thing, and it's like really
Joe
expensive.
Coffee brought to you in part.
I think
by
we've
Joe
talked about
Coffee.
that. Anyway, next weird news story, dude. This thing, and I think this was they found this in India, maybe. Let me see real quick. Where did it say it was? I read where. Anyway, Jake's about to play the video of this like terrifying alien-like creature they
dude,
found.
I saw it, and then I found out what it was. I looked it up.
Yeah,
I know the answer.
Yeah.
But it's crazy.
Look
dude.
at the thing, dude. It's like it looks like a moth with like a caterpillar-like tail, and it's connected to the tail. Behind it is like these 4 hairy tentacle things. I don't. Is that the best? That's the
It's
best.
like
way
a
to describe
parasite,
it.
right? A parasite growing off of a bug? Isn't that what
I don't
somebody
know.
said?
I don't know. Let's read. It
That's
was
what
in
I
Indonesia. Okay, it was Indonesia. A terrifying alien-like creature flexing its hairy tentacles captured in the video footage you're seeing. The monster insect filmed in Indonesia is seen wiggling its huge orange body up and down while it moves its 4 thick tentacles about. Many people were reacted in horror. Yada yada. One person joked they'd burn the house down. I probably would too.
It's funny
Let's see
because
what it
Halloween's
is.
coming up, and you don't think about a monster being so small.
Little monster. Okay, the creature in question is actually a Creatonotos genghis moth, which is that I did that pretty good. Which is found in Indonesia,
Indonesia.
India,
Is that what it looks
Sri
like?
Lanka, Japan, Thailand. Yeah, it looks like New Guinea and Queensland. Despite its eerie appearance, the animal is not harmful to humans, but it is known to wreak havoc on pomegranate trees.
That's crazy. I also love pomegranates.
That's why that lady in the video goes, "No pomegranate."
So those tentacles we saw are called cormata and are used to attract mates. Grrr. As they give off pheromone, something else, through scent organs. It produces its tentacles and pheromones by feasting on bitter-tasting plants, I'm guessing like a pomegranate tree, that are high in some kind of alkaloid I can't pronounce.
Are they related to
They have a
bees?
wingspan of 4 centimeters.
Do
Are
they
they
have
related to
stingers?
bees? Researchers revealed, no, there's a picture of bees. I don't know what, revealed this week that 3/4 of flying insects have been wiped out in 30 years.
That's crazy.
Insects, including bees, butterflies, and 63 German nature reserves have decreased by 76%. So, yeah, stop killing the bugs.
I'm a butter guy, which means I love butterflies.
Butter guy, butterfly.
Butter guy, the
That's
butterfly.
what Richie always says. He's got a tattoo. Show him the tattoo, Richie. No, other arm.
I actually had it removed.
You know,
Did you hear about Michael Bay and what he's producing?
God, I'm literally pulling up the stories, and Richie's just, like, reading them off my phone. I actually found this on Twitter, and I saved it specifically for, not specifically for this, for the next episode that we had. A couple days ago, it came out. Michael Bay, best known for making movies where giant robots save the Earth. is making. He has a new endeavor. He will produce the big screen version of the popular Nickelodeon children's series Dora the Explorer.
What? I did not hear about that. Michael Bay?
What? Michael. It'll be a live action and apparently see Dora as a teenager instead of a 7-year-old. As she is in the animated series, the film centering on her move to the city to live with her cousin Diego.
Dang,
this is
like
Dora! Dora, get down!
It's like a post-apocalyptic Dora film.
You coming here, Dora?
Dora, get down! Dora, get in the chopper! Unless Bay decides to direct the thing, however...
In the helicopter.
Unless Bay decides to direct the thing, however, it is unlikely Dora will come equipped with jetpack and a protein blaster, as the script is currently being worked by some guy from the Muppets. I don't even care. I'm now upset that he's not directing this.
Is she going to end up having her...
Protein blaster?
Is she going to end up having her backpack?
Protein blaster, though?
The proton blaster.
Oh, okay.
Not protein
no,
blaster.
I was just like, whoa. She's just like...
I could use one of those.
Yeah.
The project apparently has been kicking around for some time. It's expected to be released in 2019. It has ran the actual show for 172 episodes in the U.S.
Whoa. Let me do this.
2014.
That's a lot for a cartoon. How many seasons is that?
Well, I don't know. It was 4 years, 2014.
The most I've seen for a cartoon was probably like 200. And that was for Dexter's Laboratory.
You get music going, Jake. I forgot. I could have just texted Jake that.
What's your favorite cartoon?
My favorite what?
Cartoon.
What is that?
It's Saturday Morning Cartoons.
Oh, cartoon. My favorite cartoon? Man, I don't know. You know, we watched Pinky and the Brain at your house today.
I love Pinky and the Brain.
No, it ruined it for me because
Pinky and the Brain is one of my favorite cartoons.
Pinky's voice is terrible. I know. I didn't remember him being British.
I'm not saying
Pinky.
There's nothing wrong with being British, but
there's nothing wrong with it. His voice is just annoying.
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, we have these spooky balls. Let me see that.
Like a spider.
It's like a little spider. We got these
here at the Discover Denton Center.
$8. You can have one of these for your kids.
My
they love them.
Guy.
There's a contest.
Hairs.
There's a contest right now. If you can do this 1,000 times,
you pay $7.
You get a free cup of water, which is right in the corner, and you can get as many.
Bill,
plugs. What do you got going on this weekend?
Anything going on?
Hey guys, I'll be performing this Saturday in Dallas at the Curtain Club, 9 p.m. Also, I want to say shout out to my lovely wife and my niece LMA. Go to sleep, LMA.
Richie, plugs.
I'm going to be doing magic at a block party this weekend, and you can also catch me at Game Changers on Saturday evening between 7:30 and 9:30. I'll be doing magic there, so come out and see me if you don't believe.
It's magic.
He's really, really good.
Yeah.
Joey, plugs. Hey guys, I will be at Plano Hyenas November 12th on Sunday, and if he doesn't bring his own feature, which this does happen sometimes, I will be featuring for Pauly Shore. So, and we need to stack some money and convince him to come get on the show. But I don't think.
We're gonna get him
how
on the
much?
show.
How much do you think it would cost to get Pauly Shore?
$500.
Yeah, $500 at the least, and I could probably pull like
A Greyhound.
Let me call my grandpa.
Greyhound.
Let me call my grandpa. I could probably get us like
Get it
5
wired?
to 10 grand right now.
My guy.
Just kidding.
And that's it. Nobody Knows episode 24.
Thank
We're
you guys
here
again.
every Wednesday, 5:30. Thank you, Bill. Thank you, Richie. iHeartRadio, iTunes, Nobody Knows. Check it out. Bye.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Be sure to check out DentonRadio.com for new Denton artists and where they're playing next. While you're surfing the internet, make sure you check out our friends Classic of Denton at ClassicofDenton.com.